Welcome to Rivet City Supply. I've got a little bit of everything here.
Well, I know there's a historian here somewhere. Somehow I misjudged this place. I thought there were no other doors out of here.
I'll be right with you. May I take your order?
Okay, there's a door right there.
Nice to see you.
Oh, and there's a door down there. Preservation Society. I remember it took me a long time to kind of feel this place out.
I do the repairs around here, so if you see something that needs fixing, let me know.
It was so noisy last night. I could hardly sleep.
Maybe a quick fix has something that will help you.
Hello.
Yep.
Cindy's got all kinds of good chems.
I'll try that.
This is the place I was looking for.
One of the new immigrants died of radiation poisoning last week.
Yeah, I heard she was drinking river water.
The ship's water isn't much better. If we don't get fresh water soon, we'll all end up like her.
I don't know what it takes to satisfy this quest. I'm supposed to be finding out history. The history. I forget what Moira said. The history of mankind. The history of Rivet City. Pre-war history. I forgot what she said. But she sent me here to get a history lesson. Now there's a lot of quests to be had down here. Stop that.
Quite an impressive collection, isn't it?
Oh, I'm
Well, don't be
impressed.
shy. Have a look around.
I'm impressed.
Abraham Washington's the name. Curator of this little slice of American history.
Yes, it's an interesting collection indeed.
Ah, a fellow scholar, I see. Each of the documents in this room tells a small but important story about the history of the United States of America. Unfortunately, the greatest prize of all is missing from the collection.
Let me guess, you want me to find it? I'll buy, let me guess, the Declaration of Independence?
In 1776, the Second Judgmental Congress got together and adopted a document drafted by none other than Thomas Jefferson himself.
Did you catch that?
It was the day the United States of America earned its name and secured its place in history. This magnificent achievement took form in the Declaration of Independence.
Did I hear that right? He said the Second Judgmental Congress. It was the Continental Congress, but the Second Judgmental. I don't know. Maybe I didn't hear him right. Just gotta ask. Let me take a leap of faith here. You want me to find it for you? Don't skip the history lesson. And keep them friendly.
Oh, would you? It would mean so much to me and the Society's collection here.
I'd love to be part of history. Agatha. Yeah, she's old. She could probably tell me some history.
Excellent! You won't regret it, I promise you. Imagine, you are taking part in another chapter of American history. I envy you. You can find the Declaration of Independence in the ruins of the National Archives.
Yeah, so we're getting way ahead of our pay grade here. Today is my second playthrough on this game. So the first playthrough I got about, I don't know, 8-10 hours. And I've been playing today for 3 hours. I gotta ask all I can because I'm here for a history lesson.
It's funny now that you ask. I can tell you all about the capital, but I really haven't got any idea about Rivet City itself. I can't see how important it is compared to the capital's history, but maybe Bannon might know something. He's in the governing council after all.
Yeah, I'll take any information you got. So it looks like I'm looking for the history of Rivet City. And I can remember selling this guy various historical finds. But a lot of it is located in downtown DC. And it's a rubble pile. It's like a city amongst itself. It's loaded with super mutants. And I am not, my character cannot survive that. So we'll have to do something else. But we'll do what we can for now with this guy since we're here. You're out of Bethesda until they release. Aries, somebody told me, let's see, I last played this game about 3 days ago. And let's see, I know the guy. Let's see. It was Aptitude. I think it was Aptitude that was telling me they're going to come out with a remake of this Fallout 3. It's supposed to be this year, maybe next. I asked him, "Are you sure? Is it official?" He says yes. Would that change your mind? I like remakes. I like remakes. Just like the recent one they did with Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion. I love remakes. If I knew they were going to remake this game, I wouldn't have started playing it. I don't think I'm going to want to replay it again this year, even though it's remade. I'll wait for it to come down to $5 over the next couple years, then I'll buy it and play it again. A couple winters from now. So can you show me how to get to the National Archives? Yeah, put it on my map.
In the D.C. ruins, you'll find the National Archives.
Yeah, D.C.
or what's
ruins.
left of it anyway.
Yeah.
The building should contain the document in a protective glass case. Be careful. The place is swarming with super mutants. Here, let me pinpoint its location for you.
Questions about the Declaration of Independence?
Please ask them. After all, knowledge is power.
I have to always try the ability check.
Certain information came to light. I paid a fortune in caps to obtain it.
Ooh.
There really isn't much more to it.
I was not going to play a Bethesda game either, Harry. I'm playing, what's it called? Greedfall. And it's such a breath of fresh air. You've got two companions that go with you everywhere. You can choose which two, but you always have to have two. They never step in front of you. You're playing Satisfactory? Nice. I didn't think any of my normal viewers liked Satisfactory. I love Satisfactory. I've got a playthrough where I finished it, and then I went back and rebuilt my factories. And I've got this thing where I'm trying to make as much power as I can make without nuclear power. I had a nuclear power plant and I decommissioned it. And if you've ever gotten into the nuclear power, it takes radiation to get rid of radiation. And so I got it down to just a couple pieces of irradiated material. So I went to the far corner of a map, didn't do nuclear power. Well, it's very powerful. You get a lot of power, but it gives off radiation. So if you build a power plant, a nuclear power plant, build it somewhere where you never go. Go out there in a corner of a map somewhere, build it, make it as big as you want, but don't go back. Well, you'll have to wear a radiation suit and you'll take a little damage, but I didn't realize how much nuclear radiation it was going to give. I made it right where I pass by many times a day, and it's like, this was a mistake. So what I'm doing is I'm finding every single oil supply I can find, and I'm putting I'm drilling oil everywhere, and I'm overclocking all the oil drillers so I can get as much oil out as I can. And I'm turning the oil into, well, first you turn it into, yeah, first you burn the oil to make electricity. I also like the blueprints. Yeah. Yeah. They're good. Once you get an idea how to make your best factory, it's nice to have a blueprint. Like, how many times do you want to make a complex with 12 furnaces, 12, I forget what they call those things, 12 smelters, and then 24 foundries, because you're turning steel into iron, and then, or you're turning iron into steel, and it gets a little grindy to keep placing down all those smelters, all those, you know. And if you're assembling and you're making, say, steel plates or steel rods or whatever you're doing, it's nice to have blueprints for your basic factory components. I don't use them. I find it relaxing to build all those things. I started to learn them. I was having trouble with it. I never really, and now I don't need it because end game. But I'm turning everything into rocket fuel. And so you get a lot of power out of rocket fuel. Somebody did the math. Yeah. Somebody did the math, and they said, don't make ionized fuel. And they walked you through the math, and I've seen a couple guys do it. They walk you through the math, and it takes X amount of power to make ionized fuel. And the power that you get out of ionized fuel is X minus some number. So you get less power out of it. Made a blueprint with the alternative recipe of rocket fuel. Oh, so you're up to making rocket fuel. Well, that's end game. Are you into the trains yet? I made a couple just to dip my toe into it. Okay, what does it look like?
A piece of what was called parchment, sort of a thick
Oh.
paper, has faded handwritten writing all over it. It's no more than 2.5 feet tall and 2 feet wide. If you find it, you should be able to roll it up carefully.
I bought that game for $15, early access, when it first came out. The first couple months when it first came out. And that is the poster child of an early released game that just continued to add more content, add more content, add more content, and finally when they came out with 1.0, I had to play it again. I had to go back and play it again. And if you're new at the game, you wouldn't know how much they've improved that game. Oh my. I would say they improved that game from its first release more than 10 times better. Maybe not 100 times better, but probably 50 times better. Like, there's like, what, eight or nine tiers of stuff you go through. they had like 3 tiers. And it took them like 6 or 9 months or whatever to come out with, or a year, I don't really know. It took them a long time to finish that game, to come out with 3 more tiers. And then 3 more tiers. Ah. Yeah, Mercer's in Summers loops had no use. I love the Summers loops where you can just automatically double or triple the output of any machine, and I put them on my power machines. I forget, I think I got like 30 gig of power. Crazy amount of power. And so that's just like a challenge. How many gigs of power can I produce? Oh, okay. I hear a lot of people pronounce the word summer sloops like a sloop that's made in the summer. But when you look at the thing, it looks like a loop, a figure 8 loop. So I call it a Summers loop. Summers loops. Who knows? There's no one in the game to talk to you. Well, no, that's not true. You've got, I don't know what the name is, Ada? No, that's Fallout 4. That computer that talks to you. I don't know if she ever says the word. What's the history behind the document? I don't know if this history is going to help me, but anything that has to do with history.
On July the 4th in 1776,
Ada and
a group
the
calling
aliens.
themselves the Second Judgmental Congress got together at Fort McHarry in Maryland. After a ceremony which ended with Paul
I thought
Revere
that was
singing
so
the famous
cool.
battle hymn known as the National
The way
Anthem,
those
the document
aliens
was signed.
speak
From there, it was sent to England by
in,
plane, presumably, and presented to King George
I don't know what
himself.
to call it.
Thus began the Evolutionary
They
War.
speak in concepts. They don't speak in sentences. It's really weird, their language, the way they try to interpret their thought patterns and use our language. It's like their thought patterns are so complicated and deeper than we can fathom that when they try to use our language to communicate their thoughts, it comes out the way it comes out. I just thought that's a hoot. Can I ask you something else?
Certainly.
Well, I've looked around a bit. I have not looked around a bit. I have to go now.
Be careful. The archives are infested with who knows what.
Yeah. Let me look around since I'm here. And I can remember the, what did they call it? The strange alien metal had no purpose. Really? That's not stealing? And one of the things I really like about that game are the holiday specials. Like they do a Christmas special. Sam, that's it.
Hey there.
Yes, Sam. Special alien material. Special alien metal. Yeah, I love that Christmas thing. I seen a guy playing it and I see him chasing these parachutes. I'm like, whoa, I got to get back into that game and but I missed the holiday special. But I caught it the next year, and that was cool. And if you build the Christmas trees, the whole Christmas special is based on Christmas packages, gifts, the gift boxes. And if you everything you need, that's the base material to build
Good to
all
see
that
you.
holiday stuff, is the Christmas package. And so
Welcome to the
it was
Capital
really
Preservation
cool
Society.
when I found, because you're learning it because you don't know it. It's all new stuff. And I found out I could make a Christmas tree, and the Christmas tree would produce Christmas gifts with no input. They just automatically make Christmas gifts. And so I built a shit ton of Christmas trees. I'm spitting out hundreds of Christmas packages a minute. I don't know how many. And I got conveyor belts, and I'm just
Do
making
have a
all
look
the
around,
stuff.
but don't touch anything.
Making all the stuff. And there's a lot to it. It's not just a couple little things. You can put new skins on all your conveyor belts. You got those Christmas lights that replace your electric wires. So I built like a Christmas village. You got the snowmakers and the snowmen. Yeah, you have a big tree for decoration. Yes, the big trees. Yeah, little trees for the gift production. I didn't catch on to that the big trees gets more decoration when you advance. I didn't notice. I was probably already advanced to the max by the time I found those anyway. Yeah, sure. Put it in Discord now. I need to go in there again soon and catch up on Discord. I wasn't sure what I was gonna do. I had so much trouble with my hardware. I'm like, somebody up there is telling me, Tom, you should not be streaming. A religious person will fold their hands and look up to the heavens and say, God, give me a sign. Well, I've been getting signs. And they've been quite easy to read. Stop streaming. It's too much trouble. It's not worth it. Look at all the headaches. I gotta share my last headache with you. My table collapsed. This table's about 7 feet by 4.5 feet. I've got a couple keyboards, a couple mice, my mic, a PlayStation 4, a bunch of notepads and stuff. But my big 46-inch TV and my brand new 4K monitor, which is a 43-inch TV. The back right-hand leg broke off. So the table tipped back up against the wall, all the way down to the floor. So the TVs went sliding, went crashing into each other, crashed onto the floor. Luckily, the first thing it hit was a box, a cardboard box. Cardboard box crushed. So it took the shock, so that TV didn't smash. And the other TV slid down the table. Horse kicked the table. I'll Yeah. My fault. I was careful. But first, I'll finish what I was saying. So, and the other TV slides down the table and smashes into the first TV, but doesn't hit the screen. I'm like, and because all this stuff slid and fell, all the cables that connect them to the computer all pulled tight. I've got two computers on an old fish tank stand, one on the bottom shelf, one on the top shelf. That thing tipped over at about a 30-degree angle. My real expensive computer is on the top. And I'm sitting on the edge of the bed in here watching this happen. And it would have been something if it happened during the stream, because you'd have seen my jaw drop, my eyeballs bug out, and I just stared in amazement, in horror, grief, anger, but I didn't let the anger build or anything. It's like I felt helpless. It's like, what the fuck? What next? Oh my. So you're trying to tell me something? I look up at the ceiling. You're trying to tell me something? I just looked at it for, I don't know, several minutes. I just looking at it, going, what am I going to do with this? What am I going to do with this? I hear my wife running down the hallway.
We have the most complete archive of U.S. history. I can't wait to add the Declaration to the Society's collection.
Because I know she heard a massive crash. All that. I got paperweights, big chunks of steel from some of the factory jobs I've worked in, stones from when I used to tour around on my motorcycle. I would pick up a stone that was native to the area, and all this stuff is crashing, and she's running down the hallway. Tom, are you all right? I didn't answer. I'm just sitting there looking at all that shit. And I'm thinking of thousands and thousands of dollars of possible garbage. Yeah, I'm like, I'm looking at it. I don't see any broken screens. That's my biggest fear was that really expensive 4K monitor TV that I bought was going to be smashed. I could see that my expensive PC was just teetering, so none of that broke. But, when you yank on a cord, sometimes you mess up the socket that the cable plugs into. None of that happened. So now I'll tell you, well, I've looked around a bit.
Oh? And have you come to any conclusions?
It's an interesting, oh, it's good. I was looking for some, yes, it's an interesting collection indeed.
Ah, a fellow scholar, I see. Each of the documents in this
Come on,
room
let
tells
me
a
skip.
small but important
Let me
story
skip.
about
Yeah,
the history.
make me skip. Oh, but you'll let me tell. All right.
In 1770s, it was the day this magnificent. Oh.
I already told him I would do it.
Excellent. You can find the Declaration of Independence.
Somehow I'm... Okay, good.
Remember, treat the document with care. It's a fragile piece of our history.
So I've got this overstuffed living room chair, and I put it on casters. They're like 6-inch tall wheels. It's a very comfortable chair. And so now I can roll it around like an office chair. But the arms just barely fit underneath the table, and my controller is in my lap, and my hands touch underneath the table. So I'm crowded. And a lot of times when I'm trying to move buttons around, I hit the table with my hand, and I'm out of control. So I thought, well, let's raise the table. And I was thinking, like, let's make a block for each table leg. And let's make it, I got some 4x4 material. I thought, let's make it 3.5 by 3.5. That way it's stable. You know, if it was
Do
three,
have a look around, but don't touch anything.
if it was 3.5 inches wide but 5 or 6 inches tall, that would be unstable. That would be like a lever, and it would want to pop out. So I'm thinking, yeah, 3.5 square, that'll be good. And that worked out good. But I went, ooh, that's a blueprint. I will take the bottle cap mine. Is that a blueprint for the bottle cap mine? No, it's just a workbench. Yeah, I don't know, and I can't build it. But I noticed that the table legs weren't sitting in the center of the blocks. So I had to adjust them a little bit, you know, get it to settle down into place. And I'm adjusting the block, and the table leg breaks. Well, it unmounts from the table. Pulled right out. It's hard to describe the mounting technology, but... And then I remembered, at the time, my best friend gave me this table because he snapped one of the legs in half. He says, "You're a carpenter, you can fix this." I said, "Yeah." So I drilled it out on both ends. I put a wooden dowel in there. I filled it with wood glue, and I fixed the leg. I didn't realize the mounting screw was stripped. And the mounting screw pulled right out, the leg fell away, and the table crashed. And what makes it even worse, earlier that week, I was talking to my wife. You know, I really need a new table. This table isn't quite long enough. Huh? This table isn't quite long enough. And it's got rounded corners, so it's a bad use of space. I'm in a 10 by 13 room, don't forget. And I got a lot of monitors and computer, and there's a bed in here, and there's 2 chest of drawers in here, and there's a other furniture. This place is about as packed as you can get. And so I was trying to maximize the space. So just, oh, my sister has a table. I'll have to talk to her. Well, I didn't pressure her. But if she came back that day, "Oh yeah, my sister has a table, you can come pick it up," none of this would have happened. None of it would have happened. Could-haves, would-haves, and should-haves. So, I'm not going to get my history lesson here. Aft hangar? Let's take a look. This is a hangar? Oh, this is the science lab.
Look, Dr. Zimmer, we've been over
Dr.
this.
Amari.
We know about your runaway robot, and we don't care. This lab is dedicated to solving real.
Yeah. Gonna pick some food.
Dr. Lee is trying to
What a concept. Ah, science lab. Yeah, this is the way we came. I don't want to get mired up in this place. There's a whole bunch of quests and such I can do here. But I want to go back, to what I was doing. Well, let's see if I can fast travel while I'm in here. Let's go to Megaton. Yeah, let's go to Megaton. Where's Megaton? There it is. Yeah, I can't fast travel from in here. Okay. I can fast travel from inside my apartment building, my residence. I thought maybe it'll let me fast travel from inside here. It's 1:16 in the morning. I gotta wander around for 7 hours-ish until this door finally opens. Or how do you get out of here? How do you get out of this place? I was trying not to do this. Every time I pick one of these holotapes up, it just disappears. Oh, it has no value. It added something extreme, something I couldn't. Oh, added extreme measures. Added extreme measures. Extreme measures. So extreme measures. Is that a skill? Is it a perk? It added extreme measures. Yeah, nowhere does it show me anything that has to do with extreme measures. And I'm okay with that. I'll just accept it. Oh, I came in through another door. Oh. Sexy sleepwear. We'll have to check that out. I walk around in my sexy sleepwear while I'm in here. Let's take off the helmet. You can leave the hat on. Let's see, how does this game work? How do you get it to look at the face? I think the way you gotta do it is just stand still. And after the game thinks the controller is inactive,
Saint Monica bless you.
I've never gotten a good look at my face, except in the creation segment pre-game. It was pretty horrible. They're all ugly. I'm like, oh man, if I gotta play such an ugly chick, I might as well play a guy. But I did.
Hey there.
So I fixed my table. I removed the lifting blocks. Okay, here we go. I'm standing on my toes like I'm wearing high heels. I wish I wasn't wearing the hat. I better put my clothes on before I forget. Damage reduction 1. This normally gives me 15, but the condition. Somewhere down at the end here. What? Am I taking damage? I don't see the bar dropping. Seems like poison gas in here. Is it me making those noises? So maybe like before I take that,
Yes?
in Skyrim, if you can open a door and walk out onto a balcony, like here. Ah, this isn't the balcony. What you doing with the knife? Kinda don't want to get embroiled into anything down here. Can I... Oh, I can wait? You can wait in this game? Since when? I've tried. Or is it just Rivet City or being inside here? Since forever. And she's gonna cut Jamon. Ah, I've tried every button I could push several times. I've tried sitting in chairs to
Sold into
wait.
slavery by raiders, she was forced to sell her body. They took her
Hello,
only
ma'am.
son,
No
Aaron,
problems
from
to
her
report, I
and
assume?
sold him.
Good to see
She
you.
prayed every night to God for his safety. She did
It
not
was
pray
so
for
noisy
herself,
last night.
although
I could
her
hardly
burden
sleep.
was great.
Maybe a quick fix
Each
has something
night,
that will help
she
you
would
sleep.
preach
Ah. So now I'm gonna have to verify that when I get home. Back to Megaton. Well, I found some junk.
Good to see you.
Well, you know, you had so many bullets for sale.
Welcome to Flak and Shrapnel's. Best goddamn weapons anywhere. Decided to check out the shop, eh? If you want any of this shit, just holler.
Let me see how fast you restocked your bullets.
Need to do some killing, eh?
I need to repair my leather armor. No, he did not restock. He did not restock. What did I buy? I bought... Oh, I was 556. Didn't I buy the 10? He restocked the 10. But not the 556. Isn't that interesting, huh? Right? I swear these... Maybe random restock. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know. But I suspect conspiracy. Because I've played enough video games in the past where I don't think it's my imagination. It knows what weapon you're using, and you're not going to find the ammo. The worst case for that, I was playing Fallout 76 when it first came out.
Thanks.
And I was having a bitch of a time trying to survive.
If you need more ammo, this is where to get it.
Murphy's Law. Yeah.
Tamper with that, and
Well,
we're going
you
to have
know,
a problem.
there's a certain amount of chance, statistical chance, but I thought it was on purpose. So I'm having a real hard time surviving, and I find a shotgun. And the shotgun was known to be pretty OP. But for me, I was able to play the game. I was able to survive. I found the shotgun. And for an hour or so, I don't know, I was doing real good. I'm staying alive. I'm killing. I'm running and gunning. I'm having fun. Well, now I run out of shotgun shells.
You've been rather busy lately. Asking questions, investigating. So is that it? You're some kind of investigator? A detective for hire? Or do you have some kind of personal grudge against an innocent android who simply wants to be left alone? Please tell me. I'd really like to know.
I'll kill you right here. I'm okay with that. This is the second time this has happened to me. I did not initiate this quest yet. But she's behaving as though I have. So I'm going to forgive her for treating me with such disrespect and not just outright kill her. As much as I want to. Wrong decision. Well, I'm pretty sure if I did, I'd aggro the entire Rivet City. We may not be quite far enough away. And if I didn't aggro them 5 hours later in gameplay or in 2 weeks when I go back inside there, they're all going to aggro on me, and it's going to be too late to go back. It's not my first rodeo, so I just want to help.
Well, if that's true, then the first thing you need to do is halt your investigation. No more questions. No more searching. The movement I'm involved with...
I didn't ask anybody about any robots.
Slavery. We help them disappear.
And that's what she was doing with that knife. She was looking for me. And if I could look down at her hands, she's probably still got it in her hand. What would you have me do?
You really want help? Take this. It's an internal component from the very android you're searching for. Don't ask how I obtained it. Present it to Dr. Zimmer in Rivet City. Tell him the android is dead and that was on the corpse. He'll believe you. Do that and Zimmer will go back to the...
Yeah, I saw that knife
poor
flash.
Soul alone. Do that and you'll have saved a man's life.
Android component. If I help you, is there some kind of... what's this movement you mentioned? Let me out of here.
You know what you need to do.
Yeah, I need to get out of here. So, I was finding some shotgun shells in Fallout 76, but not many. She stabs... Yeah, you just flailing that thing around like she don't know where it's pointing. And then, like, man, I'm not finding many shells, so now I got to start conserving my shells. And now I learned, well, if I find plastic, if I find lead, I can make shells. So the game's not showing me any shells anymore, but I'm making all kinds of shells. Well, the game finds out I'm making shells, it stops showing me plastic. Now I can't find plastic. Now I can't make my shotgun shells. You can't make this shit up. You can't make this shit up. Okay, that's my weapon condition. I was going to say my armor's not in that kind of condition. Data. Data. Let's get back to where we were. I was looking for let's go to Woo. And where? Northwest Seneca, Hamilton Hideaway. I forget where they told me. Oh, let's go to quests. So, what? Why won't it? Okay. Blood ties. Locate the family. Deliver. I did deliver Lucy's message. No, I didn't. They were dead, Jim. Okay. Okay. Where's the family? Make active quest. I did make it. Show it on the map. It won't show it to me on the map. That's okay. Let's go get close to it. We were at Arafu. Now, do I have a quest marker? I do not. But I remember asking, where do you think the family is? And the person I was talking to says, I don't know. You could try here, there, and this other place. So let's look on the map again and pick one of those places. Well, this one's the closest. Okay, I want to put a... You won't let me put a marker on the map? Okay. So that was northeast? Maybe that's it right there? And I remember this place. It was in a subway station underground. What? Or experience points. Woohoo. That's okay, I got almost 500 rounds now. Had to spend good money for it though. Didn't like it. I had 2,000 caps, 2,100. Now I'm down to 1,400. Yeah, I spent I spent probably 600, 700 caps. That hurts. Oh. Well, I got enough things to spend my bullets on. Let me get a slightly better angle on this. So it's mostly north with a little bit of east. Mostly north with a little bit of east. So let's go this way so we can avoid the rads. And we've already been over here, so we've kind of cleared, or we learned that there are no... Wait, what? I thought we learned that there was a place... Now what? I'm sorry, but I can't... Come on, one bullet. Yeah, there's a spot I can cross. There it is. Without getting my feet wet. Yeah, so that girl there, that was kind of reminiscent of the railroad, helping synths, robots. Oh. Took some reds anyway. So, like I was saying, I started playing, I gotta think every time. It's a totally new game to me. I keep wanting to call it Unholy Grail, but it's not. But whatever that game is, I'll think of it in some time. It's not a Bethesda game. It's a French company called Spider. And I forget who the publisher was. And I forget the name of the engine that they use. It's not the real engine. It's not the Bethesda stuff. These companions, they never stand in front of you. Oh, geez. Every time I pulled the trigger, one cap, one cap, one cap, one cap, one cap, 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 cap. Time's up.